Okay, everybody, it's time to start the next lesson in social studies. We've talked about Kansas. Now we're going to start talking about the different regions all over the country. And we're going to start with the Northeast region, this one here. And when we say the Northeast region, if you look at the United States here, we're talking about this part right here that's colored in. And this is what it looks like, these 11 states here. And the first thing we're going to talk about is what the land and climate is like in this first chapter called High Mountains and Stormy Seas. You're going to have some questions to answer about this chapter in Seesaw, and so you're going to have to keep this recording handy for you to go back and listen to it again if you need to, pause it where you need to, and find the information that you need. Okay? So let's go ahead and read this first chapter. High Mountains and Stormy Seas. The Northeast region includes 11 states. The states are Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Vermont. New England is another name for the 6 states farthest north. People sometimes call the other 5 states in this region the Mid-Atlantic states. The Northeast shares a border with Canada in the north and the southeastern states in the south. So here's our northeastern region. So here's Canada, a whole other country in the north. And then this is the southeastern region, another part of the United States down here. So let's look at the land. The Northeast has a long coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. So you can see it here. This is that coastline along the Atlantic. In the northern coastal areas, lighthouses warn sailors away from the rocky coast. Farther south, the coast has sandy beaches. Scattered near the coast are several small islands, such as Martha's Vineyard and Block Island. These islands are busiest in summer when the weather is warm enough for tourists to visit the many beaches there. Tourists are people who are going there on vacation, right, for fun. Other islands are quite large, such as Long Island in Manhattan. So let's take a look at this picture here. The beaches along the Atlantic coast draw large crowds during the hot summer months. So there's some tourists and people on vacation. New York's Coney Island has been a popular vacation spot since the 1800s. So that's Coney Island there. The Appalachian Mountain Range stretches from Canada to Alabama. It once formed a natural border between the settled parts of the east and the unexplored western areas. Many rivers run through the region. They cut through the rich soil of the coastal plain and flow into the ocean. Native Americans, settlers, and industries have all used these waterways as routes for travel and to deliver goods. So this is the Appalachian Trail this hiker's getting ready to go, and it's real popular with hikers to go on the Appalachian Trail. The climate. Let's look at the climate. Well, this might give you an idea about the climate. This person's using a rake to get snow off the roof. Heavy winter snowstorms are common in many parts of the Northeast, so we already have a good idea of what their climate's like. Most of the Northeast most of the Northeast has a humid continental climate. Summers are warm and winters are cold. Spring and autumn are mild. Precipitation falls throughout the year as rain in the summer and snow in the winter. Some northern parts of the region are covered in snow during the entire winter season. The lower northeastern states have a humid subtropical climate. Their winters are not as cold as the winters up north. Stormy weather. Nor'easters are severe storms that often hit the region between October and April. These storms form over the Atlantic Ocean. Northeast winds blow the storm up the east coast of the United States. Nor'easters have strong winds. Their waves erode the land on the coasts. Large amounts of rain and snow may cause flooding. It is possible for hurricanes to make their way up the eastern coastline. In 2011, Hurricane Irene caused severe flooding and damage to the Northeast region. Homes and businesses were ruined, and people were without power for many days. So here's a picture. Hurricane Irene caused major flooding as far north as the border between the United States and Canada. So that shows some flooding there that happened because of that hurricane. Valuable forests. The climate of the region is ideal for forests. The climate of the region is ideal for forests to grow. Some trees, such as white pines and hemlocks, have thin needle-like leaves and grow pine cones. The white pine is both the state tree and state flower of Maine. The forests have long provided people with animals for food and wood for shelter and other resources. Sap from maple trees even provides a sweet treat when made into maple syrup. Maple sap is collected by drilling holes into trees and letting the sap drip into buckets. Change of seasons. The changing temperatures and weather create four distinct seasons. These seasons trigger changes to the northeastern landscape's color. Forests and fields burst with green leaves in spring. Flowers bloom with purple and pink blossoms in summer. Oak and maple trees light up with red, yellow, orange foliage in autumn. Winter brings white blankets of snow. So this is an example of a flower here. Mountain laurel is the state flower of Connecticut and Pennsylvania. Mountain laurel is one of the many wildflowers to bloom in the Northeast during the summer. Okay, so that is chapter 1, where we talked about where we are, the Northeast, and what states are there, and then what the land is like. There's coastline, there's beaches, there's mountains, there's forests, right? The weather, what you'd expect, cold winters, sometimes with lots of snow, warm summers. Sometimes you can get nasty weather like nor'easters, which are severe storms, and even up to hurricane weather that can cause real bad flooding. And we also talked about how the forests provide many valuable resources, um, like maple syrup, animals for food, wood for shelter. And then it has really four distinct seasons: fall, winter, summer, spring. All right. So if you're looking for questions in Seesaw along with this video, and you can go back to it whenever you need to, pause it when you need to, when you're looking for information. All right.